The Giants fall flat on their face against the Mets, lose the series to a settler dweller team in the New York Mets 4-1. The Mets win the series. It is Sunday, September 2nd, game 3 of a 3-game series. This is Giants Roundup. You can follow on Twitter, join the Crew Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, the bats were not good again. Chris Shaw still hasn't got his first major league hit. And I'm really starting to see why the Giants were hesitant to call him up. He does not look like an outfielder of the future. Maybe he'll get over his pregame nerves going to his major league nerves in Denver. But at this rate, I maybe more would want to go with back to Hunter. I dare say Hunter Pence is the better option in left. Yeah, possibly. Maybe platoon Pence and Shaw. Maybe you go with that. Pence is only going to be with the Giants for another month. Then he's going to head for greener pastures. So I say Pence has definitely deserved his right to have a little bit of a farewell tour here during the month of September. And maybe Shaw's better off coming off the bench. We'll see what happens here, but he's out of his, I think he's had 6 at-bats. He's struck out 5 times. That's not good. And he did have a reputation of a free swinger in Sacramento, so we'll see. Maybe give him another day off tomorrow, get his confidence up, but maybe for the time being have him come off the bench. Gregor Blanco 0 for 4. Joe Panic 0 for 4. Giants only got 2 hits in this game. And the Mets, 4 runs, 7 hits. And Stratton had to be perfect to win, and he wasn't. But he wasn't bad either. 2 earned, 3 hits. 2 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched, not too terribly bad. Gets the ERA a little bit further down to 4.90. Thor was Thor today. Complete game, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. And you know what? Mick Hunley's been cold as of late too. I wouldn't mind seeing Aramis Garcia get more. Maybe start Aramis Garcia tomorrow in the squat in Denver. We'll see what happens. That's what makes matters worse here is they now go to Denver. So this losing streak could easily swell to 5 games after Denver. Then they go to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is definitely trying for a wild card spot here. So do I think the Giants are going to win a game in Denver? Maybe. I doubt it. I think they're going to get swept in Colorado. Maybe this is not going to be an easy road trip. They get Colorado, they get Milwaukee, then they come back home. This will be the second to last roadie for the Giants this year. But the bats continue to be a problem, and it seems like, granted, you do have Brandon Crawford still hurt. Hanson did get you a hit today. I think tomorrow, if he's not, I would prefer maybe go with Kelby tomorrow at short. Maybe give Brandon Belt a day off. I think Belt should have sat today. But I think tomorrow, hello, Zofer. But I think tomorrow, instead of Belt, maybe Ryder Jones comes up, let Ryder Jones, maybe split Belt and Ryder Jones at first base here during the month of September. Belt's not been great in the past couple months, and I wouldn't mind seeing, and who knows, maybe Ryder Jones can be a bridge option at first base next year. There's a good chance Brandon Belt's going to be traded, and certainly he's got great defense, but maybe his power would work better at Yankee Stadium. I think Belt could definitely be a better replacement over Greg Bird at Yankee Stadium, and I certainly think he would hit a lot of bombs over in that right field porch in Yankee Stadium over the big wall at AT&T Park that wipes out a lot of power. Yeah, they do. And there's going to be I think you're going to see Panic's not going to be back on the roster next year. And even Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner showcasing himself for a trade. And this could be his final month as a Giant. We'll see what happens. But speaking of Bumgarner, he will be on the mound tomorrow at Coors Field, that will be a 12 o'clock game. It will be Madison Bumgarner going up against, well, this may be actually not too terribly bad of a matchup. But then we saw this story again last week with Zach Godley. Maybe the bats will shit the bed again and make Tyler Anderson look like a half-decent pitcher. Anderson's definitely struggled as of late, 6-7, 4.79 ERA. And then, of course, you got to keep Nolan Arenado in check. Note to the pitchers, if there's somebody on base, walk Nolan Arenado. Keep the bat out of his hands. Yeah, you're up against Giant killer Nolan Arenado. Mercifully, this is the last roadie to Denver this year. But at this point, I think you go with Hunter Penson left. Just let him have his farewell tour in the month of September. He's not going to be back next year. Kind of give him a golden handshake at this rate. It can't be any worse than Chris Shaw. Let Chris Shaw come off the bench. And certainly we'll see more call-ups after tomorrow, as tomorrow will be the last day of the AAA season in the PCL and the international leagues. Then you'll see a lot of the River Cats get called up to the Giants. Today's paid attendance was $39,692, not a sellout. Oh, you're going to be at the game tomorrow in Denver? Nice. Hope you have good weather over there in Colorado tomorrow. And Bumgarner will be, so you're going to have fun. Have fun tomorrow. You're going to see Madison Bumgarner. Mad Bum will be your starter. There's a lot I don't like about Denver. I truly want Arizona to win that division. I've heard a lot of shit talking by the Colorado Rockies fans. So definitely. But don't be surprised if you see the Giants get beat up in Denver too. They never win in Denver. Then Tuesday, the Giants will have their ace up with Derek Rodriguez going up against German Marquez. Will be your Tuesday game at Coors Field. And then Wednesday in the finale, it will be Andy Suarez going up against Antonio Sanzatella. So I'll be happy if the Giants can at least get a win in Denver. And who knows, maybe Longo can get 5 home runs here to get. So at least we get one Giant with 20 home runs this year. Then the Giants get an off day Thursday. Then Friday, they will head to Milwaukee for a 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Then they come home on September 10th again. They will play Atlanta and St. Louis. No, Atlanta and Colorado. Colorado comes to San Francisco the following week. The following weekend after that for their final series against the Giants. But we shall see who comes up after tomorrow with, as I say, the PCL wrapping up on the year. And we should be getting information about possible PDC changes coming up as Now he could be hearing a lot of rumors on affiliation changes in the next coming weeks, in the coming days and weeks, with the AAA season wrapping up. And we'll see who goes to Fresno, who's going to go to Round Rock and whatnot on that. And as I say, this will be Colorado. And it looks like Colorado Springs is still in the playoff hunt in the PCL going into the last day against the OKC Dodgers. But the Giants bats, they've just not been good since Duggar got hurt, and now looks like we'll see what happens with Brandon Crawford out of the lineup again today. We'll see if he's heading for the 10-day disabled list. I'm not crazy about Allen Hansen playing any more short for a day. Give him a day off. Go with Kelby Tomlinson. Maybe give Belt a day off. Call up Ryder. Get Ryder Jones some reps at first base. But just have some fun here. Because realistically, if the Giants do finish maybe on a really sour note here in the month of September, it could force Bochy's exit. And realistically, I think that's going to have to happen. I think they're going to have to start just getting that exit strategy for Bochy. I really don't want to see him go through next year being a lame duck manager. And it's time for a change. It's just starting to become time for a change at manager, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. Stranger things have happened. Giants are not mathematically eliminated yet. But the tragic number has now fallen to 17. Giants are 17 games away from being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But now it's just time to have some fun in Denver, have some fun in Milwaukee. I think this is going to be a 1-5 road trip or 2-4 roadie. But the bats just need to get it going. You've got 2 hitter-friendly ballparks to get your bats going. And tomorrow's Labor Day. Have some fun. It'll be an afternoon game. I'll be on air afterwards. It's going to be a fun day of Labor Day. Let's go to the MLB Roundup for your Sunday afternoon. In the Bronx, the Tigers clobber the Yankees 11-7, taking the win. Matt Boyd taking the loss. Lance Lynn pounded for 6 earned in 3 2/3 innings pitched. Miguel Andujar 3 for 4 for the Yankees. I wouldn't be surprised if Lynn hits the bullpen after today. Castellanos 3 for 5 for the Tigers. Lewis Coleman 2 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched for the Tigers. Shane Green 2 earned and 1 inning pitched. Tommy Canley 1 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. Sonny Gray pretty good in mop-up role. I could see Sonny Gray head back into the rotation here into the month of September. Stephen Tarpley 3 earned and 1 inning pitched for the Yankees. And in a game that just went final across the bay, the Oakland A's beat the Mariners 8-2. Taking the win is Edwin Jackson. King Felix takes the loss for earned and 5 innings pitched. Fernando Rodney an earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Blake Treinen gets his, I haven't announced his save. I think it's like close to 30-something saves this year for Treinen. James Pazos 2 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. Oakland now at 81 and 56 on the year. Seattle just trying to survive here the month of September. Steven Piscotty goes 2 for 3, and they were both home runs today. his 21st on the year. Chad Pinder goes 3 for 4 for the A's. In Miami, the Blue Jays clobber the Marlins 6-1, taking the win. Sean Reed Foley, 10 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched. Taking the loss, Jeff Brigham, 3 earned in 3 innings pitched. Luke Male, 3 for 3. Brett Graves goes 3 earned in 2 innings pitched. In Washington, the Brewers beat up on the Nationals 9-4, taking the win. Brandon Woodruff, 4 scoreless innings. Taking the loss, Jeffrey Rodriguez, 7 earned in 4 2/3 innings pitched. And an unspectacular 7, that's right, 7 walks for Rodriguez. Eric Tams goes 2 for 3 for the Brewers today. Andrew Stevenson, 1 for 2 off the bench. And Tim Collins, 2 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched for the Nationals. And Junior Guerra bounced early, 4 earned in 3 innings pitched. In Philadelphia, the Cubs clobber the Phillies 8-1, taking the win. John Lester strikes out 7 in 6 scoreless innings. Taking the loss, Aaron Nola, 5 2/3 innings pitched, strikes out 11, 4 earned. Anthony Rizzo goes 2 for 2 for the Cubs. Asdrubal Cabrera goes 2 for 3 for the Phillies. And then Luis Garcia, 4 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. Philadelphia now 3.5 games back of Atlanta. In Chicago, the White Sox blank the Red Sox 8-0, taking the win. Big game James Shields, 6 scoreless innings. Taking the loss, Brian Johnson, and 4 earned in 1 1/3 innings pitched. Tim Anderson, 3 for 5 for the White Sox. Xander Bogaerts goes 2 for 3 for the Red Sox. Just Dingers, 2 for 3. And also Anderson hits his 18th home run of the year. Daniel Palka, his 20th home run on the year for the White Sox. And then it was just a bullpen game. Bobby Pointer, an earned run in 1 2/3. And in Kansas City, the Royals beat the Orioles 9-1. Now Baltimore is on its 97th loss of the season. Kansas City 45 91 on the year, taking the win. Jorge Lopez, 8 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched. Taking the loss, David Hess, 4 earned in 4 innings pitched. Chris Davis, 2 for 3. Batting average now up to 177. Then Alex Gordon goes 3 for 5 for Kansas City. Alcides Escobar, 3 for 3. Mike Wright Jr., 4 earned in 1 inning pitched for Baltimore, as now they are 3 losses away from the century mark. In St. Louis, the Reds beat the Cardinals 6-4, taking the win. Michael Lorenzen. Taking the loss, Bud Norris, who gets pounded for 3 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Suarez hits his 31st home run on the year. Anthony Desclafini, 2 earned in 3 2/3 innings pitched, strikes out 4. Luke Weaver, 4 innings, 2 earned for St. Louis. St. Louis loses ground on Chicago. They are now 5.5 games and now fall to the 2 spot in the wild card after today's loss. In Texas, the Dallas Cowboys beat the Minnesota Vikings 18-4. Taking the win, Yohander Mendez. Taking the loss, Gabriel Moya. Roned Odor goes 2 for 3 for the Rangers. Nomar Mazzara 3 for 5. Erickson Profar goes 4 for 5. Ronald Guzman 3 for 5 for Texas today. Maraza hits 2 bombs, goes to 20 home runs on the year. Profar hits his 15th home run on the year. And Eddie Butler 4 earned in 3 innings pitched for Texas. Zach Littell 3 runs, 2 earned in 4 innings pitched. Tyler Duffy 5 runs, 4 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. Matt Belisle an earned run without recording an out. Alan Busenitz an earned run in 2/3 innings pitched. And then coming in, then Chris Jimenez, the backup catcher, comes in the 9th inning to pitch. Not a good day for him either. But still, they needed that position player to pitch and stick to catching. 5 earned 1 innings in 1 inning pitch for him. They could have just been better off forfeiting this game. And then in San Diego, the Rockies beat the Padres 7-3, taking the win. Kyle Freeland taking the loss. Jacob Nix, 5 earned in 6 innings pitched. Charlie Blackmon, 3 for 5 for Colorado. And games currently in progress. In Los Angeles, the Dodgers and the D-backs tied at 1 apiece. Paul Goldschmidt going 2 for 3 for the Diamondbacks. Walker Buehler 2 for 2 for the Dodgers. Jock Peterson 1 for 2 for the Dodgers. Buehler strikes out 9 in 6 1/3 innings pitched. Clay Buchholz an earned run in 5 innings pitched. In Atlanta, in the end of the 7th inning, Braves and Pirates tied at 1 apiece. Julio Teheran, 7 innings, 1 earned. Nick Kingham, 5 innings, 1 earned. Stephen Brault in the game for Pittsburgh. In the bottom of the 9th, the Rays lead the Indians 6-2. Brandon Lowe goes 3 for 5 for the Rays today. And the opener was Diego Castillo. Ryan Yarborough, good outing, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned. Carlos Carrasco, a little flat today, 6 1/3, strikes out 9, 5 earned. And Josh Tomlin, welcome back to the Indians for one last go-around in Cleveland. And now on to the minor leagues for today. With tomorrow being the final day of the PCL coming up. Well, looks like Fresno is currently the Fresno Grizzlies play later tonight. And Sacramento and Vegas play later tonight, with tomorrow being the final day of the PCL season. And then minor league playoffs start this week. Later this week, I will be out there at Chick Chansey Park next Friday night for the Fresno Grizzlies playoff game. And Colorado, and believe it or not, Colorado Springs clinches with a win today over OKC. So it will likely be Colorado Springs playing Memphis. Memphis will head to Colorado Springs for a best-of-5 series. Colorado Springs will start in Memphis, then the last 3 are in Colorado Spring. That's how the 5-game format goes in the PCL. The road team hosts the first 2. The home team, the team with the home field advantage, hosts the last 3 games. And then it will be the Fresno Grizzlies and El Paso Chihuahuas on the other bracket in the Pacific Division. Fresno will head to El Paso starting Wednesday night. And that should be a very fun series. I'll be out at Chancey Park next Friday night to root on the Fresno Grizzlies. Well, we're going to conclude it for today. Everybody have a great afternoon. Yes, we are just 1 week away from NFL season. So that'll be good news there. And PCL playoffs, minor league baseball playoffs start this week. And hopefully we'll find out some results on hopefully we'll have some news on the new PDCs coming up with now the minor league season wrapping up. Everybody have a great Sunday afternoon. We'll be back after the Giants-Rockies game. We'll just see how bad we get pounded by Colorado tomorrow. Goodbye.